Blues and Crusaders, 42 points to 19. The Blues are really bad this year. We're really, really bad. Crusaders are pretty comfortable winners and very deserved winners in the end. Man, Crusaders set piece was better. Punishing Blues mistakes was fantastic. Lineout was certainly better than the Blues one. Kicking game sent the Blues running into the backfield, and I mean, there was a fair bit of drop ball from both sides, to be honest, but man, did the Blues drop some pretty inopportune ones. Goodness me, it was so bad. One win with the reigning champions. You wouldn't know it to see us play. Yep, that's the story of this season so far. I will go through some of the key events and stats from round 6 of Super Rugby, which saw Crusaders come up to here at Eden Park and put 42 points on the Blues. Should have been a lot more if they'd kicked their goals, man. 2 conversions. This could have been 50 plus, easy. The Blues, like for a very, very short period, very short, when it was 30-14, because the Crusaders had missed so many kicks, you thought, if we can score next, it's gonna maybe no. Jeez. Anyway, cracking start for the Blues. Papali'i gets the first try of the game, 4 minutes in. Phases in the Crusaders half to Ellie. This guy in his second ever Super Rugby game creates a gap for Mullen, the hooker, to go through, and Papali'i with the support line, 7 points to 0. Great start for the Blues. Much needed because we've been pretty bad this year. But the good times did not last very long. Crusaders hit back not really long later. Havili, who had a pretty big game for the Crusaders, went pretty close. And then Preston was able to snipe over. Still behind though because they missed the conversion. But it was 7 points to 5. But it was a quick fire double for the Crusaders because Perofeta dropped a high ball. And the Blues just dropped a lot of ball generally. I don't want to point the finger at any one player. Maybe Rico Ioane's going to get a fair bit of stick because he must have shelled at least 3 times. But Perofeta drops a high ball. Crusaders send the ball wide. Havili, huge old pass to Fihaki. He's got the gas to go over, 12 points to 7. The Crusaders are in front and they're not going to relinquish that lead for the rest of the game. They should have had a third a few minutes later. It was kind of a comedy of errors. I mean, the Blues defended, but like Havili slipped over, Preston slipped over, Jordan kind of knocked it on. Jordan, if you're a fantasy player, he got you a try at the end, but he probably didn't score very well today because he didn't have his best game, but a lot of the other Crusaders guys did. It didn't really matter though, because a few minutes later, the Crusaders scored. Anyway, the Blues, the exit line out play, which they're supposed to be, setting up. You got to line out your own 22, you catch it, you boot the bloody thing clear. They lose that line out. So gift to the Crusaders in our own 22. Mighty Williams is able to go over 17-7. And then, the Blues and the Crusaders half for the first time in ages. And then as soon as we turn it over, Fihaki just hoofs the thing so far. It's like 22-22 basically, but couldn't get much going in Crusaders. Territory knock-on certainly not helping. Breakdown penalty conceded before halftime. Crusaders slot it 20 points to 7 at halftime. Still not an insurmountable lead, but the way the Blues are playing, you're not thinking there is a comeback likely. Turnovers conceded as 10-9 at halftime. So both sides, as I said, a bit guilty of dropping some ball. Will Jordan has got 3 turnovers conceded by halftime. Rico has 2. Perofeta has 2. Blues lineout is 60%, which is pretty bad. The Crusaders are at 100, and the Crusaders have had 58% possession. So very good value for their lead. If they kick their goals, they're even further in front. Easily. Second half starts. Fihaki over, literally as Vern Cotter is giving his plan of action over the broadcast. Like they're interviewing Vern. What do you got to do right for the second half? Fihaki scores on the right wing before he can even finish talking. Yeah, not great. 25-7. And then the Blues situation goes bad to worse if you think it's possible. 45 minutes. Reese taps and goes from a penalty to try to keep things going. And McFonnell, who's just behind Reese, just tackles him. Like, you can't do that. You need to get back 10. He wasn't even back 1. He was back -1 because he was behind Reese when he made the tap. So he gets himself carded. It's pretty dumb. Moananu, the hooker who was called up to replace Cody Taylor, pretty last minute. He's involved in a bit of everything for the Crusaders. He puts in a kick. He wins a penalty at the breakdown. And then he knocks it on as he's kind of close to the Blues try line. So involvement's high. But the Crusaders, during the yellow card, extend the lead even further. It's a 5-metre scrum, which the Blues get pinged out on their own goal line. Crusaders kick the thing into touch. 5 metres out, maul time. And over. 30 points. That was Christie that got that one. 30 points to 7. Blues did go 19 phases on 56 minutes. Once we went back to 15 on 15. 19 phases. Certainly the highest phase count we had throughout the entire game. And ended up just dinking the thing over to nobody. It was almost like, what's the plan? What's the plan? Because then the Crusaders just hoofed it back at us. Luckily, they conceded a penalty. So the Blues didn't have to trudge another 19 phases to go back up the field. But from there, the Blues basically just went with the old tap and go. The plan is just go up the guts. And Renato, to his credit, did get a try for the Blues from a metre out. Christie with the pass. Renato goes over, so it's 30 points to 14. So 30 points to 14. I'm thinking, come on, another one. We're at 21. 31-21. Still 2-score game, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility because the Crusaders have left the door just slightly ajar with the kicks missing. But no. Any Blues comeback is gone. Blues concede a couple of penalties. And then James O'Connor, who's come on, puts the cross kick through for Springer, who extends his try-scoring run this Super Rugby season. So it's 37 points to 14. We did get the backline going, the Blues, which saw, Clark and Talia and whatnot getting their hands on the ball. Finlay Christie was able to finish that. So both sides had a Christie go over the try line this week. Satutu had gone close in the build-up, so 19 points to 37 with the misconversion. That's the final scoring of the Blues, but not for the Crusaders. Talia, to be fair, did have another chance not long later when the Blues are probably playing their best rugby of the game. He tried to tap and basically go over from close range, and just as he's going over the goal line, just knocked the thing on, which was the story of the Blues night. But yeah, Will Jordan, for you fantasy players who've got him in your team, I didn't have him in mine. I had Stevenson and Tangi Tau and somebody else. But Will Jordan got a late try. Came from a Rico Ioane knock on, which led to a scrum, which led to possession and territory for the Crusaders, which led to the try. So, punished. Will Jordan gets his try. So, 42-19. Pretty good from the Crusaders. Their season is looking a mighty different story from last season, and likewise the Blues has done the reverse. We've totally swapped roles. Turnovers won 7-3 for the Crusaders. Tackle percentage, Blues is 80-something, but the Crusaders 93%. That's bloody class. Anytime you're above 90, you're phenomenal. Crusaders line out 87%, which is pretty good. The Blues are at 60, which is god-awful. Individuals, Shalfoon makes 22 tackles for the Crusaders. Papali gets a try and then 16 tackles as well, but we don't have the same turnover threat, apparently. Havili, 4 defenders beaten and a try assist. Moananu, couple of turnovers, 1 from him. Blues go on the bye next. Thank goodness, because we need to stop the bleeding. It is awful, whatever they are doing. They need some guys back fit and just stop dropping the ball, sort the line out, stop giving away dumb yellow cards, and maybe the scrum could use a bit of bolstering as well. Pretty much a lot of work to be done. The Crusaders will be home to Moana Pacifica. So, yeah, there you go. Blues and Crusaders. Round 6, Super Rugby. Didn't enjoy that very much, I'll be honest with you. Pretty frustrating, but well done, Crusaders. Blues are down, and you guys didn't slip up. Keep the pressure on. Your guys' season's looking pretty good. You guys take care of yourselves. I'll talk to you guys again soon. See you later.